Okay, on with the volume section of the test. In our first problem here, we have a box, a right rectangular prism. The length of segment CD is 2, the length of segment AD is 5, and the length of AE is 9. When you're doing these box problems, you need to decide on what side which of the rectangles you're going to use as your base. I'm going to use this guy down here whose dimensions are 2 and 5 for my base. If I do that, then that means my perimeter is 2 times 2 plus 2 times 5, and that's 14. The lateral area then, since I use this guy down here as my base, that means my height of my prism was 9. You're going to get the same answers if you use a different base, but I always use what looks like the bottom to me. The lateral area is the formula perimeter times height. So down here I've got it. I'm just going to take 14 times 9, and that's 126 square units of some sort. Now the problem asks for total surface area. To get that, I'm going to need to figure the area of the base, because the formula for total surface area is T is L plus 2B. And those formulas, everything I've used, are on your formula sheet. Alright, so the base is 2 by 5. It's a rectangle, so capital B, which is the area of the base, is 2 times 5 is 10. Then using the T equals L plus 2B formula, we've got 126 plus 2 times 10 would be 146 for our total surface area. Since we began in centimeters, the appropriate units are square centimeters. To get the volume of our prism, the volume formula, V, again on your formula sheet, is the area of the base times the height. We already have both of those things. The volume is the area of the base that we just figured out to be 10 multiplied times the height, which is 9. That's 90 cubic units. Now, notice that down here I wrote a shortcut on the answer line. You can also, for any rectangular prism, for any box, you can also just use volume as length times width times height. And that's a shortcut that you don't find on the formula sheet, because the formula is for any prism, not just a box. Okay, so now what we're doing on number 2, it's one of those work it backwards problems. And I've got it started down here in the very bottom of the screen. Maybe hard for you to see, but right down at the very bottom here, we've got 100 equals L plus 2 times 30. The formula is, again, like we said at the top, T equals L plus 2B. So under T, I put my 100. Under L, I put what we're trying to find is L, and the capital B was given to us, 2 times 30. If you solve that, you're going to get L plus 60, and then 160 subtracted from each side to get 40 for your answer. A similar sort of problem is on problem number 3. Okay, what I'll do is I'll just erase a little bit up here so we can get this all on here. It's about volume. So we know that volume is the area of the base multiplied by the height. We're given the volume is 96. Now, AB, and it's again, let's see, where is AB? Can't really see without erasing a little there. Okay, AB is back in the back here. So we're going to make AB 2, get rid of the numbers that we had from before. And we're also given that DH, which is up front, would be 4. So what we've got are these two numbers here, the 2 and the 4. Well, if that guy's 2, I could let him be one of the sides of my base, call it length. The other side I don't know. And that's exactly what we're asking for. Let me put it on the one they're asking for. They're asking for BC. Well, the area of the base then, which is just the area, again, of the rectangle down at the bottom. I'll turn him green this time. This rectangle here is our base. its dimensions are 2 and W, so its area is 2W. So I know B. B is 2W, whatever W is. The height is this 4. Right here, that's your height. So what you get is 96 is 8W, and you'll have W is 12. Again, we're just working our formulas. We had to work a little bit harder that time to get there, but just work your formulas. Okay, on our next guy, we have this prism, showing up a little light in the picture here, but you're given down along the bottom here that you have a right triangle for a base, and you're told that, let's see, AB is 5, BC is 12. Now, one piece that they don't give us this last side of the triangle. Here's where the Pythagorean theorem comes in. We're going to go 5 squared plus 12 squared equals x squared. And that's going to give us x. When we work it out, the square root of 169, it's going to be 13. So what we're going to do then, to get the height of the prism, our first question is the height, and that's going to show up. Your answer there for the height is 10. That's just this number in the drawing. That number, which is given to you, was the height of the prism. The height of any prism is the distance between its bases. And it's got a triangle at the top and a triangle at the bottom. There are its bases. So the height was 10. To get the perimeter of the base, P, we're just going to add up the three numbers that we've got down along that green triangle. The perimeter is 5 plus 12 plus 13. The perimeter of that base is going to be 30. So now we've got that answer. The lateral area is perimeter multiplied by height. The height was 10, so it's perimeter 30 times height 10, and that's the 300, which is our answer for the lateral area part. To find the volume is the area of the base multiplied by the height. Now, we don't have the area of the base, but it's another one of these right triangle deals where the two legs, like we saw earlier, are the base and height. So capital B, the area of the base, is 1/2 of 12 times 5. And that means that capital B is going to be 30. And so we get 30 times 10 again. This would be, again, 300. They'd be different types of units, though. Your next problem asks you for lateral edges. Now, I've got a green triangle up here in my picture, and I have a black triangle. The segments that run between those two bases, I'll highlight them in red. These three segments here, those are your three lateral edges. Now, their names, you can't see the letters very well anymore, but the names of those guys are segment CF, segment AD, and segment BE. You can look at your picture and see that a little bit better. Okay. I think I'll just end this little video right here and do these next set of problems because they don't pertain to the picture in a different video.